Yes, let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage. We're going to be bringing you the entire week in professional wrestling right now. And we're going to start off with SmackDown. SmackDown, again, Friday night, Fox channel. Paul Heyman and the Bloodline celebrated their attacks on John Cena and AJ Styles. OC's Carl Anderson emerged to dish out retribution by attacking Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa to start off the night on SmackDown. Jimmy Uso went on to defeat Carl Anderson, which is pretty obvious. You know, Jay's really over right now. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, that storyline's continuing. It's blossoming. It's starting to really come together. After walking out following a Street Profits loss 1 week earlier, Bobby Lashley challenged Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford to prove themselves during the appearance of the Grayson Waller effect. So he's obviously sending them a message. He wants them to step it up. And, you know, the Street Profits have plenty of time before Fastlane to get in the right mindset that they need to be to impress the likes of a Bobby Lashley. I think they have everything it takes to get the job done. It's all about mindset when you're talking about taking over the business. And that's what Hurt Business is trying to do. Austin Theory defeated Cameron Grimes in a very good match. This match should have had more time. That could be a pay-per-view match any day of the week. Rey Mysterio defeated Santos Escobar to retain the United States title. And Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley. And this is, again, another kind of pay-per-view match, but we're getting it on SmackDown because we need the ratings. SmackDown always killing it in the ratings. Charlotte Flair, I think she's going to take it at Fastlane. We're going to have a little Fastlane preview. We'll get into the matches. I'll give you my predictions. Charlotte Flair, you know, she's great. LA Knight emerged to help John Cena at the end to repel Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa's vicious 2-on-1 attack. LA Knight signed a contract to join forces with the greatest of all time against the Bloodline at Fastlane. And I'd like to know in the comments, do you really think that John Cena is the greatest of all time? Is he the GOAT? Is he the real, like, deal right now? Is he the GOAT? In your opinion, let me know in the chats. I'd love to know what you think. Please let me know. I'd love to hear. And LA Knight, too. I mean, LA Knight is so over right now. The merch, the T-shirts, the fans, he has them in the palm of his hand. I can't wait to see what LA Knight is going to do with the rest of the year. He's one of the bigger prospects everybody's putting money on to, like, win the Rumble, maybe take down Roman Reigns. We're going to have a long road to WrestleMania, so we'll see exactly what LA Knight has in store for the Tribal Chief or whoever he decides to set his sights on. But they are letting them work with John Cena. I mean, take one more look at this picture. When they put you to work with a guy like John Cena, it's simple. They want you to get over. LA Knight's already over. This is just going to add a little bit more of a rub. I think he already has all the John Cena fans. And, you know, yeah, I got a few more now. Let's move on to Monday Night Raw. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, and, of course, Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. They all got into it. This is what kicked off Raw, but you kind of forgot about this real quick. There needs to be a little more. I think this should have started in the locker room. That's the way I would have did it. Start in the locker room and let it lead to the ring instead of it just being right as soon as the camera starts. There, you know, they're just fighting in the ring already, like, instantly. Ripley came in. She kicked the hell out of everybody. You know, doing what she does. Rhea, the best woman wrestler in the world today, comes in, clears the ring as she should, without question, because she's the best in the world. at what she does right now, which is professional wrestling. And she's very upset, Rhea Ripley. Very upset at the Judgment Day. She's upset that Dom just lost the title on NXT, which we'll get into. What happened on NXT as well. We talk about everything here. As Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley returned to take stock of the Judgment Day's shortcomings in her absence. The Dark Faction and JD McDonough found themselves in a battle against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso that led to an undisputed WWE Tag Team title match at Fastlane. So, Cody Rhodes is getting a title opportunity in the WWE. Very interesting. We're going to talk about that in a little bit right here. Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci defeated Alpha Academy, which is good. They needed this win. They needed to impress Gunther to keep Imperium together, which we need to keep Imperium together for as long as possible until Dragunov comes on up to the main roster, and then we can really start some storytelling and some friction, and maybe Imperium splits off into two factions. Who knows? But a lot of possibilities in the WWE if played the correct way. Big Bronson Reed defeated Cedric Alexander. And I love Cedric Alexander. He comes out, gets a lot of offense off really quickly, but Bronson Reed in the end, too much. Tsunami, he's got the bigger finisher. God bless Bronson Reed and his push. I wish they would do a little more with Cedric Alexander. I think he's really talented, really underutilized. Hopefully maybe they throw him back into the Hurt business when the Street Profits get their heads out of their butts and on to business, because that's what the Hurt business needs to do. They need to take care of business. Bring home Cedric Alexander. All right. Tommaso Ciampa nearly locked Gunther in an excruciating Sicilian stretch when a brawl broke out during the Intercontinental Championship contract signing, and it was good stuff. I mean, Ciampa is the man. Him getting an IC title shot is going to be a big deal. Johnny Gargano coming back, the timing of the comeback, because we all wanted it before. I used to read things online that Johnny didn't really care about, working on Raw. He liked the NXT schedule, family man, more time at home, but maybe now things have changed. Maybe now that the opportunity is there that him and Ciampa can have their full storyline. It's going to be great. I can't wait to see more of it. Xavier Woods goes on to defeat Ivar, and Ivar was really great in this match. It was awesome that they let him get a chance to actually be in there by himself and do some things. He's very impressive, and they had a great match. Shinsuke Nakamura executed a brutal sneak attack on Seth freaking Rollins to show what he will do to the World Heavyweight Champion in the last man standing match at WWE Fastlane. This was also an incredible add to the storyline. The timing was good. The promo was good. Everything that they've been doing with Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins is working. It's working very well. It makes me want to see the match more. I'm sure it makes you want to see the match more. If you've missed it, this is definitely one of those critical storylines on Monday Night Raw that you may want to go and take a look at and investigate a little further, because if you've missed it, you're missing good storytelling here. WWE does it a lot, but they also sometimes drop the ball. Not the case here. I really hope this leads to Shinsuke Nakamura becoming a WWE champion and a staple in the modern era scene, man. The upper echelon, him, Seth, Roman Reigns should all be on that same level. It's honest. I'm being honest. Tegan Nox defeats Chelsea Green. Natty comes out. She prevents an attack from Piper Niven over there. Chelsea Green obviously taking an L, which I'm not a big fan of, because I think Chelsea Green has busted her ass. And I'm going to check all the comments soon, boys. I'll check them when I play one of my videos here. But for now, we got to focus on Monday Night Raw and Tegan Nox. And Tegan Nox gets a huge win over Chelsea Green. I think it's an upset because Chelsea Green has been phenomenal. Nothing short of phenomenal. Her work in the ring, her attitude, her demeanor, her facials, her intensity, her bumps, her matches. She's great. Chelsea Green is great, but Tegan Nox is no slacker by any means. She got the dub. She is here. They want her to be serious business. They want you to take her serious. So watch out for Tegan Nox. She should be on a tear. The Miz. Always love The Miz. Miz interrupted Drew McIntyre as the frustrated Scottish Warrior was discussing the hypocrisy of the recent backlash he was facing. I mean, I don't understand now. It looked like they were going in the direction of bad guy. He's going to be a bad guy. Now he's trying to be a good guy. I guess he's just playing with you because that's what psychopaths do. Drew McIntyre defeated the Miz competing in a suit, and God bless him. You know what? I'm not going to wrestle. You know what? No, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to wrestle. I don't need to wrestle. I can call my phone right now and call any wrestler in the world I want to and pay them to wrestle for me. Why would I wrestle anybody? I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Come at me. I'm just going to hire someone. So Cody Rhodes informed Judgment Day that Jey Uso and he were coming to SmackDown ahead of WWE Fastlane, and you're going to be seeing a lot of that next week, as a lot of the bigger marquee superstars will all be making appearances on NXT and SmackDown. Get used to it. The competition is heating up. Gunther defeated Tommaso Ciampa in an Intercontinental title match. Very extremely hard-fought IC title match. Gunther overcame Tommaso Ciampa by hitting 2 powerbombs and causing Ciampa to pass out in the sleeper. Huge statement win for the ring general, Gunther, whose run has been nothing less than extraordinary and has catapulted him in the top of the Intercontinental champions of all time. He's maybe the greatest of all time at this point. If the run and the streak and everything, it doesn't mean something yet, it will soon. He's going to keep destroying people. So make sure you understand what Gunther's all about in WWE. And that's serious business, kicking ass, taking names, leaving marks, making a legacy that he, his family, and his fans, most importantly, can be proud of. Gunther representing that IC title with pride, respect, and honor. And I love to see it. Johnny Gargano, I actually love to see him getting involved in the main event with Ciampa there by his side. So that potential for superior storytelling with depth that has years of layers, it's just a blessing to see. When Imperium launched the 301 attack, they come out, they start beating the hell out of Ciampa. He's already lost the match, but Imperium, they're trying to be healed. Johnny Gargano makes his triumphant return. He emerged on Raw to help Ciampa fight off Imperium, and this is how Monday Night Raw closed. And now we're going to move to Fastlane, because to me, Fastlane, this is going to be my only chance to really talk about it. So let's talk about it. Fastlane, you have LWO, including Rey Mysterio at the helm, taking on the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And with all the momentum and the spots and the seeds that they've been planting, I have to go with Hurt Business on this. I think they're going to pick up a big, huge, very important statement-making victory here to really start their faction off on the right foot. And then, of course, continue the war with LWO, which I'm sure will last for a little bit. We have the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. And I'm just going to pick her because I think she's the most talented one in this ring as far as accolades and in-ring skill, like a ring general. No offense to Sky. Asuka's also a certified ring general. Sky's making her way there. Very impressive run so far. Every match of hers, all her moves. She's great. All 3 women in this ring are going to bring their best to the ring. October 7th, Fastlane. And I'm picking Charlotte Flair to come out top on this match. We have John Cena teaming up with LA Knight to take on Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso. And I'm going to go with Theory getting involved somehow. I don't know why. I think Theory is going to come out and try to screw John Cena because I think he wants his match with John Cena at WrestleMania. The Bloodline might come out on top, but because of like an interference that will then lead to multiple other matches. If that doesn't happen, then LA Knight finds a way to get the win clean and just drop Solo Sikoa. And to me, that's a tough task, though, because Solo's the toughest guy in WWE right now outside of Roman Reigns. So I just don't see that happening. I really think Solo Sikoa is going to stomp his way to victory in this match and kick some ass. Samoans for the win. Well, now we have what I probably think is going to be the main event for the WWE Tag Team Universal Undisputed titles. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso taking on the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest. I don't think they have anything to lose by losing this match against Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is so over right now, and he's so held to a high regard that it doesn't really matter if Judgment Day loses because they lost to Cody. You know what I mean? There's that. We lost to Cody. And they already have gold. Dom's still got gold. Mommy's got gold. And Damien's got the money in the bank. I mean, if anything, you know, more than likely the Judgment Day are going to win. But I would just like to see Cody Rhodes have some gold. So I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes on this one. And that's probably just because I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes. I want to see him do well. I want to see him finish that story. And the story is going to have many chapters and many titles. And hopefully this is one of them. We will find out this Sunday, October 7th at Fastlane. And if that's not the main event, then this should be the main event. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth freaking Rollins. And yeah, everybody that knows me, I'm a huge Seth Rollins fan. I think all of his work is probably the best in the world right now. I think pound for pound, he's the best wrestler in the world today. But I think he's going to take the loss to a new version of Shinsuke Nakamura that WWE is not really familiar with yet. But they're getting familiar with him. And every week he's going to get better, cut better promos, have better matches. And in general, the most important, he's going to tell better stories and make incredible moments. That's what Shinsuke Nakamura is going to do at Fastlane. So make sure you're watching. We will quickly get into NXT No Mercy results, but why don't we just take a listen to this? We had a question for Marty Jannetty. I'm going to get him to answer this when I do his show later tonight.
The big boss man's son. I'm here to ask you, how did it feel kissing Vince's ass on TV?
I didn't know he was going to ask that, Marty. I didn't know. That's fucked.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to ask that, but let me know what you think in the chat. We're going to talk about it later on the Party with Marty. Right now, we're going to get back to NXT No Mercy, coming to you live from Bakersfield, California. A lot of these shows in California, so wrestling popping off in California on the West Coast. Kalani Jordan takes the loss to Blair, and that's expected. Despite the NXT Universe firmly in her corner, Jordan couldn't muster up enough to overcome her veteran opponent as Davenport's suplex driver gave her the victory. I was surprised to see this as the second match. I really was. Baron Corbin taking on Braun Breaker, and Baron Corbin coming out on top, getting the job done. Once the bout officially started, the two superstars continued to tear each other apart with their signature offense, with Breaker hitting a rib-cracking spear and Corbin smashing the badass through the announce table out of nowhere. Mr. Stone launched himself off the top rope at Breaker, and he was swiftly tossed out of the ring. But the distraction allowed Corbin to hit End of Days, and again, showing you how powerful End of Days is and why Corbin is a dangerous man, in my opinion. Will be a WWE champion one day because of that move. That move has been protected for a long time. And he walked out the winner. Braun Breaker walked out the loser. And I was picking Braun to win this match, so I was kind of shocked right there. Now, this wasn't shocking. I did call this match, and I got every match right in my picks except for that Braun Breaker match. Trick Williams over here coming out on top, becoming your new North American champion, and deservedly so. Hell of a match, hell of a show. No Mercy was fantastic pay-per-view. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Trick really took advantage of the distractions and nailed a kick square on Dirty Dom's jaw to deliver himself the taste of championship gold, and this looked good. I called this one. Tony D and Stacks, of course, are going to remain your tag team champions. Disaster nearly struck, though, as the family. Tony D left the match with a right knee injury, but he triumphantly returned and battled alongside his partner and underboss. The match would dissolve into anarchy. All four teams found themselves in the ring, even hitting each other with a quadruple suplex in the end. The Don on one leg managed to hit the bada bing, bada boom with Stacks to retain their titles. No big surprise to me. They're the champs right now. You better get used to seeing those boys being tag team champs for a minute. I guarantee you that. Noam Dar defeats Butch. Great match. Round 5 came and went without a fall, and in the winning minutes of the final round, Gallus appeared and Joe Coffey laid out Butch with all the best for the Bills to secure the win for Noam Dar. So Noam Dar has a lot of friends. People are helping him. I told you, metaphor. They're here to stay in NXT. We also had a new NXT champion, well-deserved. Dragunov clearly had and shoulders above Carmelo Hayes. And look at that huge punch right there, man. Both superstars were forced to dig really deep after their signature moves failed to win them the match, highlighted by Hayes missing the nothing but leg drop after countering nothing but net. Dragunov went to extreme measures to win the match and hit a super H-bomb to win the NXT title, ushering in his reign as champion. Incredible matchup right there. But the match of the night goes to Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton. Becky Lynch was able to pick up the win. Excellent match. I highly recommend going back and watching No Mercy. Tiffany Stratton is a superstar. She will be on the main roster sooner than later. Stratton went for broke and attempted her prettiest moonsault ever, but she missed and landed on a pile of chairs. Lynch then hopped up to hit a manhandle slam to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Stratton went for broke. She did it all, man. She killed it. NXT delivered a fantastic show. If you're not watching NXT, you should be. They're about to be huge right now, man. Speaking of NXT, let's get into NXT. Butch and Tyler Bate defeat Gallus. Gallus to attack them after the match. That attack prompted Butch's brawling Brutus teammate Rich Holland to return to NXT and save his companion from the Savage beatdown. Lyra Valkyria defeated Roxanne Perez and Indy Hartwell, triple threat match to decide the number one contender to the NXT Women's title. So we have Valkyria. She is going to be now going one-on-one with her hero, with her, she went on to say a lot to Becky Lynch in the opening minutes of NXT. A lot. She loved her. She's there for her. She inspiration. So good storyline. They planted that seed. Well, let's see how long that is going to last. And does Valkyria have a chance to even defeat Becky Lynch? Let me know in the comments what you think. Gigi Dolan defeated Blair Davenport, which I love it. Gigi Dolan deserves nothing but respect. Put some respect on her name and get her going in the right direction. That's a huge win against Blair Davenport. Gigi Dolan moving up in the women's division on NXT. Kalani Jordan gets a big win. Big comeback, bounce back from that pay-per-view loss. She defeats Izzy Dame for the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. We have Thea Hale and JC Jean now actually having a match together. They defeated Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice, who will be competing in that NXT Breakout Tournament. We have a rematch now. Trick Williams versus Dom for the North American Championship. And guess what? Dirty Dam won his NXT North American Championship right back. He's now a two-time North American champion. He defeated Trick Williams to win it. Judgment Day, of course, got the job done. Finn Balor coming up huge with that title shot to the head. Frog splash to the back, and Dom just picks up the win. And Trick Williams, no problem. Now he can go right after Dragunov. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's going to keep going after Dom. Maybe he's going to take it back from Dom. Maybe we're going to be playing tag with the titles. Time will tell. NXT is cooking, and next week is going to be absolutely no different. This match delivered. The storyline's delivering. You should be watching NXT. Here's a look at the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. We have Kalani Jordan, Izzy Dame. Kalani Jordan has already advanced. Next week, I think you're going to see Ariana Grace versus Jakara Jackson. We're going to have Carmen Petrovic, Jada Parker, and Danny Palmer versus Lola Vice. I'm going to go with Lola Vice to win this. Runner-up being Kalani Jordan. She might win the whole thing. She's very impressive. And the sleeper, the dark horse, is going to be Ariana Grace. She's got a lot of personality. Let me know in the comments also who you think is going to win the Royal Rumble 2024. It's going to be Saturday, January 27th. And Survivor Series, I want to know what you guys think should be the main event. Are we going to see some crazy Judgment Day versus Bloodline battle? Imperium versus Hurt Business with a couple of extra stars? What do you think the Survivor Series battle is going to be? And do you agree that maybe it should be back on Thanksgiving Day? I remember when it used to be on Thanksgiving, and it was a great tradition for me. Here's a picture of me at 90s Con. I'm there with Marty Jannetty. You can see him in the background. He looks fantastic, by the way. Let's see what happened at 90s Con. Who's this? This guy's always trying to get on my bad side.
Tom, what the hell are you doing back there?
Oh, I didn't know you could see me.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing, Tom? Are you trying to sneak up on Savage? I see you, Tom.
Wrestling with Savage.
Fucking total what time, man? This guy's nuts.
The mega powers. Ooh,
You're our 90s con with all these troublemakers. Jabroni beaters. The Hardys. Look at this. Wow.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What are you gonna do when the power of Hulkamania in these 24
Don't listen to anything this man tells you.
On you.
He said he started Metallica.
Brother?
He said he was a leader of Metallica. I ain't ever seen him there. I ain't ever seen him play no guitar.
Where's Miss Elizabeth?
She's icing up the champagne. Don't ask me personal questions that you don't want the answer to, pal.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. 90s Wrestling Con. I'm here with none other than DJ Storms. You might be familiar with his work on YouTube. Definitely give him a shout out. Follow him on Instagram, YouTube. Listen to his show. He thinks he knows what he's talking about, but I got bad news for you. I heard you talking earlier, and you mentioned something about Roman Reigns. He's going to lose the title at Mania. I got bad news for you, my friend. I can go in that mall right there and ask about 100 people, and you know what? Maybe 80 of them will not know who Roman Reigns is. And until that changes, he's not losing the title, Storm. Sorry, brother. And I'm going to do a rare thing. I'm going to let DJ now host my show.
Oh, good. I'll bring the show some viewers right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms. I am here live at 90s Wrestling Con here at the Rockaway Mall in Rockaway, New Jersey. I am here with an individual that needs to get on my level, but he's all right for what he is. This is Wrestling with Savage. Now, Savage, let me tell you something right here. The only way that Roman's losing that championship, trust me, I know, is when Vince McMahon inevitably croaks. But at this rate, I'm just telling you what needs to happen because get this, I can run WWE better than they can run their own house. Let me tell you that.
Okay, maybe, but I'll tell you this. Vince is 72. What is he, 73?
He's going to be 80.
Well, he's not dying until about 120. So if that's any indication of what's happening, Roman Reigns will be holding on to that title until 2040 something. And the only person that has a chance of beating him, in my opinion, is probably Solo Sikoa. You heard it here on Wrestling with Savage.
I'm telling you, if Roman Reigns is going to beat Bruno Sammartino's record, I may very well have to boycott WWE. But let me ask you something. This should is no surprise to you. Who runs the IWC?
DJ Storms.
You damn right, baby.
All right, I just said that to him to be nice. I actually run the IWC, all right? I do, all right? He paid me for that, let's be honest. Let's get right into AEW. That video had some audio problems, but not as severe as the audio problems Dynamite had tonight, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Real quick, your results from Rampage. Eddie Kingston defeating Rocky Romero. We had the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass defeating the Hardys and Brother Zay. And you had the Righteous defeating local talent that was in action. Okay. Local talent. That's all I could get. Ruby Soho loses to Shida. And I don't know where Ruby Soho's career is going. Here are your Collision results. We have Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega defeating the Gates of Agony. We have Julia Hart defeating Vert Vixen. We had Best Friends defeating the Kingdom, which I don't like because they've been putting the Kingdom over in those video packages. El Idolo Andrade defeating Juice Robinson, which is crazy because they have Bullet Club so over right now, but they're also really trying to push Andrade and Juice. They want him to be relevant, but you know they're going to use him to elevate a lot of people around him, unfortunately. He did get a rub tonight from Edge, by the way. We'll get into that later. Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuta, FTR taking on Ricky Starks, Big Bill, and Aussie Open. Great match, actually. And Ricky Starks, Big Bill, and Aussie Open managed to get the win. And those are your Collision results. Real quick, we'll get into your Wrestle Dream results. Wrestle Dream was a great show. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Luchasaurus defeated Nick Wayne. MJF retains his tag team championships against the Righteous. Eddie Kingston defeated Shibata. Chris Statlander defeated Julia Hart. The Young Bucks earn the shot to get a title shot anytime they want. I wonder when they're going to pick it. Is it like a briefcase situation? Swerve Strickland did what he had to do to get the job done. Hangman Adam Page didn't agree with it on Dynamite. We'll get into that in a little bit, but Swerve Strickland looking phenomenal. Swerve, I'm a huge fan. I'm a fan of everything you do because you have that attitude right now. You have that killer instinct. You will do whatever it takes to bring home the win, to secure the victory. And the road to gold will continue to grow for Swerve Strickland. He will be an AEW World Heavyweight Champion. We will see classics between him and Samoa Joe, him and MJF, him and Jay White. Ricky Starks defeats Wheeler Yuta. Bryan Danielson had the match of the night with Zack Sabre Jr., but Zack Sabre very upset that Bryan knocked him out. He wanted a submission match, but, Bryan Danielson just knocked him out, picking up the win. This was an also phenomenal match. Sammy is such a talent. He got hurt, apparently. He was supposed to be wrestling on Dynamite tonight, but he got pulled. He had a replacement. We'll save that for Dynamite. Huge moment here, all right? Huge moment for Takeshita, the Alpha, for Sammy, for Will Ospreay. Picking up huge wins against legends. Legends. Let's not be mistaken about it. Chris Jericho, a legend. Kenny Omega, a legend. Ibushi in his right, a legend. Big win. Big statement for the Don Callis family at WrestleDream. FTR with another match of the night caliber match. Phenomenal match. Great storytelling. FTR picking up the big win, and I thought they were going to lose at least 5 times during this match. Big shocker of the night. Christian Cage is in the main event. So to me, that was an instant giveaway that Adam Copeland was nearby. And boy, was I right, because here he is. Adam Copeland is now All Elite. And speaking of All Elite, let's let Totowa Tom have his take on Edge.
Hello, humanoids. This is Totowa Tom, and we're back again this week with what's going on in pro wrestling. Savage, you really suck. I want to start off with the Boo of the Week. Originally, it was going to be on Dominic Mysterio for losing the NXT North American Championship at No Mercy's pay-per-view. But he did regain it on Tuesday night. So the Boo of the Week is going to go to AEW and their excessively long pay-per-view, WrestleDream, from Sunday night. Now look, tremendous pay-per-view. I loved all the matches, but I was starting to fall asleep as the card ran almost 5 hours. I think that's too long for any wrestling company. You're going to lose the crowd's interest. Here's my favorite segment of the week, the Pop of the Week. It goes to Adam Copeland from WrestleDream. The R-rated superstar is back. Let's check this out. Awesome seeing Edge come back and to his old WWE music. Now listen, there is a bump of the week that I have to show you guys. Wait till you see what Joaquin Wilder did when he ran into Bobby. Full props to Joaquin Wilder for that bump. Now, next Tuesday night, we have something special going on. We have AEW going head-to-head with NXT. Major League Baseball will be preempting AEW on Wednesday night. So, what does the WWE do? They load the NXT card. You're going to see John Cena. He's going to be pounding around with Carmelo Hayes. And you're going to see Paul Heyman. He'll be with Braun Breaker. And if that wasn't enough, Cody Rhodes and Asuka will also be on the card. It's going to be awesome as AEW and NXT go head-to-head. Thanks for watching. This is Total with Tom. And Savage really does suck.
You believe this guy? I pay him all that money to do this, and then he wants to talk crap to me. You know what? I'm going to be a professional. We're going to keep it moving. We got to talk about AEW Dynamite. All right? I don't got time to waste on Tom and his tomfoolery. Dynamite coming to you live Wednesday, October 4th from Stockton, California, which would be said a lot tonight on the show. Show kicks off with Jericho, Kenny Omega. Hard to believe it's been 4 years since the first main event of Dynamite. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho. But now we align ourselves on the 4-year anniversary to take out the Don Callis family. Very confident to kick off the night. Here's Edge basically crashing this promo interview. Edge is hyped to be here. He's always glad to see Chris Jericho. And Kenny Omega says, "It's nice to meet you. The other night, you had me on the edge of my seat." Very clever, Mr. Omega. Nice way to start off the night. Edge says he is here for the 4th anniversary, and he's going to be here for the 8th. He is here. He is here to stay. It's going to be huge storylines happening here on AEW. Ray Phoenix goes on to defeat Nick Jackson in what was a very good match. Nick Jackson and Ray Phoenix, they did their usual spot, the super kicks, the suicides, the Canadian destroyers, the flips, the elbows, the shots, the chops. It was all good stuff. Ray Phoenix retains. Then we get into the storyline between MJF and Adam Cole. They gave us a little reminder, and then they played a video package, and TBS was having some technical difficulties with the audio, so we didn't really get to enjoy it the first time. It looked like a funny segment, but like I said, huge tech issues, destroyed what should have been a great moment. Someone is going to get fired for this, I'm sure. Hopefully, no one I know. Squash match alert. Wardlow's in the house. Nasty shots. 5 power bombs on Griff Garrison. Absolutely making a triumphant return, destroying this poor kid. And Wardlow's your winner after 4 power bombs. He's out here trying to replace Moxley, going through the crowd. You can see him there. Put it up full screen. You can see him. He's right there in the middle of the screen. He's out of there. Kick some ass. He's out of there. Has nothing to say. They remind us what happened at Wrestle Dream, where Edge made his return and he had the chance to help Christian Cage, but he decided to not go that route. He did not want to attack Sting, who was laid out, and Christian was setting up to hit him with that concerto, and Edge was just not having it, man. He ended up beating the crap out of Luchasaurus. Spear on him, spear on Nick Wayne. Christian, of course, manages to escape unscathed. The Quack medical team, Don Callis says, has Sammy that he's not cleared. I've reached out into the vault and grabbed an athlete named Kyle Fletcher. I've got a personal message for Chris and Kenny. No one remembers who wins the battles. They remember who wins the war. And Don Callis is dead set on winning this war between him, Jericho, Kenny, the Elite, all of it, AEW. TBS had some tech issues, and now they're going to replay that video package so that we can all enjoy it. And it was much better, obviously, being able to hear it. You know, Adam Cole over there, he needs ankle surgery, but he's wasting his time helping Roderick Strong move furniture, even though he has the kingdom there. But, you know, they apparently don't have fashion sense. They don't know how to decorate, so they really need his help. Adam does help him move the furniture. You know, he's the only one that has enough style to get it done. He thinks he's about to get out of there, but you know, Roderick's like, dude, I need you. I need your help. You got to stay. I mean, what are you doing, Adam Cole? Yeah, obviously, you need to go get surgery. What are you doing? Get your butt to the hospital. Get the surgery. Forget about Roderick Strong. He's a putz. Kip. All right, one line from Max Caster tonight comes out to this. Kip, your best look was a box on your head. Good line by Max Caster. The fight is on as Butcher and Blade with Kip Sabian take on the Acclaimed for the trios titles. And just like that, the match is over and they got scissored, daddy. The Acclaimed hold on to their titles, and yeah, now we find out a little more about Tony Storm, and I'm gonna put this on the big screen because Tony Storm deserves all your attention, ladies and gentlemen. No one knows what it's like to live this life. What I do, wake up every day, you know, every match is a roll of the dice to see if it's going to be taken away. Yes, I'm timeless. This was good shit. I don't know how else to say it. This was good shit. This is some of Tony Storm's best work, and it would be debuted later tonight, and we're talking about that. But this was a great way for Tony Storm to reinvent herself, to evolve. And I saw the commitment, I saw the dedication, and, you know, most importantly tonight, I saw the intensity, and not just in that vignette when she got in the ring, which we'll talk about later tonight. They show us package of what happened with Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Bryan says he does not have the heart or soul that I have. Kip was really upset that he knocked him out. They didn't submit him. I think there is a rematch there, and I want to see it. They show us highlights from Swerve's win, which was ruthless, and Hangman Adam Page goes on to say hitting people in the head won't serve you in the long run. Well, Hangman, you know what? I actually disagree with you. You got hit in the head. You need to watch yourself or get protection. If you don't have protection, call Savage. I know a guy who knows a guy, or I know another guy. I have your back. Swerve hit you in the damn head because you don't have anybody watching your back, and you need to step your game up, man. You even said it tonight. Maybe you need to reevaluate. Why don't you reevaluate by calling me? You know what? You can go and email wrestlingwithsavage@gmail.com, Hangman Adam Page, and I'll save your career and I'll save your life. You keep running around the way you're running, cowboy. You ain't gonna last too long. It's rough out here in the Wild Wild West. Next week, Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. This could have been your spot, Hangman Adam Page. You could have had this match. You could have had that #1 contenders match, but no, you don't. Next week, Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson for the #1 contender match for the TNT Championship. And I can definitely see Hangman getting involved and causing Swerve to lose this match. I guess we'll have to wait and see. This is probably going to be match of the night next week, no doubt about it. And next week, they're competing against NXT. It's going to be wild. Make sure you're watching. They show us a video of last week's attack with a devil mask. MJF claimed that someone stole his mask. And who do you think it was? Leave a comment. It's probably Roderick Strong. Playing games. He's not really hurt. Bang, bang, gang. Juice Robinson and the Guns coming down to the ring. They cut a nice little promo. We hear about them. They're talking about Jay White. We did not come out here to talk about the injury-prone one, Adam Cole they're referring to. We didn't come out here to talk about the short one, the devil, the generational one, the one who had 20 minutes and came up with tofu. Juice says, Friedman, get your ass out here. You got some explaining to do. Come on, you can wear your little devil costume out here. If you're a man, you'll come out here and face us like one. You ain't a man, though. You're just a little itty-bitty butt-sucking. And then cue MJF's music. He says, cut it. It appears the devil has arrived in Stockton, California, and we've got a trio in here making accusations. We got the Ass Boys, and we got their best friends, Juice Robinson, a.k.a. Talentless Taint. And that was kind of harsh, and Maxwell, but good shit. You didn't care that there was 3 people in the ring. You showed that you are a champion and a beast and not afraid of anyone. Fans now start chanting Ass Boys and Talentless Taint because MJF said so. He says that's magic. It's crazy. I threw Jericho off a cage to his near death. I whooped Cody Rhodes 10 times. Actually, he whipped him with his belt. I gave several children dodgeball related injuries, and I almost got thrown off TV when I called Tony a effing mark. I'm honest about it all because I'm not just a scumbag. I am their scumbag. And I agree, Max. You are their scumbag. People love you. You're no longer booed in pretty much 98% of the arenas you were going to last year. Now people are cheering for you. People want to see you win. People want to see you cheat. People want to see you do well. I did not attack your boy Jay White, aka Tofu. How about right here, right now, we have a street fight. MJF very confident, and this is, to me, it kind of gives away a little bit of the story because MJF is smarter than that to go and attack these guys. I think something is going on here. I think they're all involved. I don't know how. I think Roderick Strong is involved. I think the Bullet Club is involved. I think Jay White is going to lay down for MJF because Jay White, at the end of the day, he's a worker and he likes getting paid, and MJF has the money to pay these guys to have a new Bullet Club. I call MJF being the new leader of the Bullet Club. I'd like to see that. I think it has legs. But great story here. Good storytelling. Jay White comes out, has the sneak attack on MJF after he goes in there. They play it off really well. He grabs the title, actually leaves with the title, walks away with the title, starts talking a lot of trash. He says, this looks nice. This looks right. I'm a cut above the rest. Your cheap games and parlor tricks don't work here. Yeah. You got the best of me last week, but none of us believe a word that comes out of your scummy mouth. We ain't buying what you're selling on like all these filthy pores. We mean it. We hate you, says Juice. We hate you. Juice is great on the mic. Really one of the better ones at having that conviction in the voice. We know the real MJF is a liar, piece of crap. We need an elite champion, and Maxwell Jacob Friedman, you are not him. I am a fair man. Prove me wrong. November 18th, Full Gear MJF versus Switchblade Jay White for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Try to prove me wrong. Prove that you are truly an elite champion. I'm taking this, and if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you. Guns up. MJF starts to make his way back to his feet. He's very upset. He says, you want me at Full Gear? I got 2 words for you, Tofu. You're on. And we have our match. We have our main event. And I'm looking forward to it. This has been some of AEW's best work right here. So I can't wait to see where they're going to go with MJF and Jay White and the AEW World Heavyweight Championship scenario. These guys now, they lost their match at Wrestle Dream, but that's okay. Orange Cassidy says we would have been great champions. Hook is still a great champion because he has a championship. Hook says you should be a great champion too. You should be in that match instead of Mox next week. Orange Cassidy's like, whatever, man. This is the match we were supposed to get tonight, but of course, Sammy not cleared to medically compete tonight. So instead, we got a replacement, and his name is Kyle Fletcher. He will replace Sammy and tag with the Alpha Takeshita, getting in the ring with two legends and Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, who have two of the best entrances in all of professional wrestling today. Jericho because of the fans, and Kenny just because of the presentation and the sound. It just sounds like something out of a time machine. Like he looks like he's the ultimate wrestler from the 80s with a dash of every other move ever made. He's like a chameleon out there. He's like a reptile. He can blend in with any environment, take anyone's move, do any style. He's fantastic. Kenny is incredible. He's right after Seth Rollins in my book. But the Alpha working his way up that list amongst the best wrestlers in the world, getting in the ring with the Ocho, who many consider the GOAT. Phenomenal match here, man. This, to me, was definitely the match of the night. Had legs, had a great storyline, and then, of course, it would continue after the match with a lot to come. Jericho, Kenny would pick up the win, but that wasn't going to be good news. Don Callis comes down and says, the kid screwed me. He's talking about, of course, Fletcher. He screwed me. And we're going to see the newest member of the Don Callis family just in a moment right here. And there he is, Powerhouse Hobbs, making his shocking, just look at this. This man's journey in this company has been incredible. And I can just see Don Callis now. Takeshita, Sammy, tag team champions. Hobbs, world champion. I'm going to throw it out there right now. Hobbs is your world champion in that faction, and then you play it off with Takeshita, Sammy losing, and then one of them go after Hobbs, and we have dissension and good storytelling there. But to me, Hobbs is your world champion, like out of that faction right now. Guy looks insane. What a monster. And he wouldn't stop there with Chris. He would beat the crap out of Kenny Omega, break the guardrail, choke him with it, try to kill him with it. Get him in the ring. They duct tape him to the ropes. And then Don Callis, of course, Jericho did try to save Kenny. That was very, brave of Chris to even get in the ring in an attempt to stop that. Hobbs just destroyed him, sent him gone. And now Don Callis will deliver the chair shot to Kenny Omega, denting the chair. Hobbs, absolute monster. Now we have the seeds planted. Max in the room with MJF, bothering him during an interview with Renee. And basically Max just throws it out there on Dynamite that Max is a stalker. He's been texting him and following him, and it's just uncomfortable. Renee acknowledges the weird text and the stalking, and MJF can't take it anymore. He's got to call Adam Cole, and he does. But Adam Cole doesn't pick up the phone. Adam Cole doesn't pick up the phone, damn it. Adam, what are you doing, man? You're with Roderick Strong. He's keeping you busy. Meanwhile, you're real boy. All right, you're better than you, baby partner. Call your boy, Adam. Samoa Joe over here laying down the facts, letting everybody know that when he's hungry, he's gonna eat. He'll find a way to eat. He'll find a way to get that food, and he's set his sights on that title. He respects MJF, but he wants that AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and I agree with him. I agree with Samoa Joe. Go get that championship, Joe. Go get yours. Toni Storm now having her match, debuting as the Timeless One, and phenomenal match. This was my second favorite match of the night. Toni Storm absolutely killed it. Just her intensity in the ring, working with Sky Blue, taking on Sky Blue. Sky Blue actually very good job as well. You killed it too. But Toni Storm spazzed out, played her role incredible, connected with that German suplex, that running hip attack, that pile driver. Storm 0. And it's over. Toni Storm is your winner, defeating. I think she would have defeated anybody that got in the ring with her tonight. But in tonight's case, Sky Blue taking the loss. Toni Storm winning her first match with her new gimmick, her new debut. She's the Timeless One. And so far, it's good stuff. Let's see if she can keep up that winning streak. We need a champion who smells like Tom Ford, not Newports and Burger King. I'll see you Friday, Eddie, in that fatal 4-way. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty funny. Eddie, why do you smell like Burger King? Stop smoking Newports. FTR taking on Ricky Starks, Big Bill. Collision. That should be a match to watch. It's going to be probably in the main event. And I would watch it if I were you. Also, we're going to see Saraya taking on Shida. Soraya is going to be defending her title on Title Tuesday. AEW competing with NXT and John Cena, and Cody Rhodes is going to be on NXT. So next week, the war is on, gentlemen. AEW NXT will be competing for ratings. Jay White is going to be taking on Hangman Adam Page on Tuesday. Let's see if Hangman Adam Page can get out of this funk and pick up a big win. I do not see it. I think Jay White wins that. Powerhouse Hobbs will destroy Chris Jericho. Look at that face. Powerhouse Hobbs is about to go on a run, boys, but get ready for it. And we're also going to see Rated R superstar Adam Copeland's first match on AEW versus Luchasaurus. So make sure you tune in to see that next Tuesday on Dynamite, 8 p.m. Or maybe you're going to watch NXT, or do what I'm going to do, watch both at the same damn time. We're going to hear from the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland coming up right now. He gets in the ring. Tony Schiavone welcomes him. Edge is very happy to see Tony, says, I grew up to your voice, but hit the bricks, get out of my ring. He goes on to cut a very good promo, talking about all the people that he wanted to work with, and he even included Juice Robinson in this list, Miro, to name a few. He wants to work with a lot of people because there's a lot of firsts here, a lot of first matches, a lot of new moments that we can have here with Edge. But instead of all that happening first, we're going to go right after that moment that he wants. This is the reason why he came here. He came here to work with Uncle Jay. He tells Christian to come to the ring. Christian does. They hug, they embrace. And this was moments after that Edge broke down and basically said, I came here for you. I came here so that we could become a tag team again and go on to become the greatest tag team of all time, to show the world, to prove to everyone that we're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Let's go to work, man. Let's do it, me and you. And what would the tag team be called? Because before they were called, I can't say his name, right? I guess it's going to be Adam and Friends, Adam and Christian. Adam and Christian. I like it. Adam and Christian. I'm cool with that. Adam and Christian. Are we going to see that tag team? I think we are, but it's going to take some time because Christian was not so nice. Grabbed the mic and said, go F yourself, as he walked away and put himself next to his stable in Luchasaurus. And the presentation with Luchasaurus has been magnificent. I love him, and I think he can be a WWE champion if he wanted to, let alone the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He looks like he's ready to be Undertaker's replacement tonight. Let him go wild. Let him come out on a giant dinosaur. They should build him a T-Rex, and he should come out in a T-Rex. Like a monster robot T-Rex. I'd do it. Why not? Sell some merch. Luchasaurus is a beast. Nick Wayne over here also standing next to Christian. And Edge goes on to tell Christian, these guys are going to bail on you the second they get all that information out of your head. But that doesn't matter to Christian. And Edge says, I know it won't because you're too cocky. You're too arrogant to even listen to what I'm saying to you right now. So Christian going to do what he does best and be the bad guy. And next week, you're going to see Luchasaurus take on Christian, which is going to be a very intriguing match to see what's going to happen. Will Christian put his hands on Edge to secure victory for his championship? Is this even a championship match? I'm not sure. We're going to find out next Tuesday on Dynamite. Make sure you're watching. Real quick, though, I'll give you a breakdown of some upcoming events. Make sure you're watching Fade to Black on pay-per-view. That's the next pay-per-view for BPW that you can watch live anytime on the Premier Streaming Network. You can sign up to Premier for $9.99 a month or $100 a year. Really good deal. Gives you access to tons of professional wrestling. I'm going to start bothering Matt Cardona to lock up that date for the winter. He's coming on my podcast for a birthday present. He's going to do me a favor. Go follow Cri Text, new album, Justified Homicides. And it's not that new, but it's his newest one, so you should go follow it. If you want to support Savage, go to Pro Wrestling Tees, search for Wrestling with Savage, or go find the link on my YouTube or Instagram or 80 other million social medias I have. Search for Wrestling with Savage. You'll find it. If you're a Savage guy, go buy a shirt right now. I'm a Savage guy. Are you a Savage guy? Or maybe go support the Wrestling Universe. Maybe you're a Wrestling Universe guy. They got a great selection of shirts, including this Happy Birthday Lewis shirt that is very limited edition. Only 25 are going to be made. Here's some upcoming appearances. We have PCO, October 8th. You have Kane, October 14th. You have Eric Bischoff, October 21st. You have Quincy Eli, a.k.a. Quincy Elliott, going to be there October 21st. Scotty Riggs going to be there November 10th. Tyrant Terrell going to be there December 9th. Velvet Sky, December 9th. And we're going to have the Maximum Male Models January 7th, followed by Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez February 3rd, 2023. And this has been Wrestling with Savage, the October 4th edition, bringing you all of WWE, AEW, and NXT in under 60 minutes. Now, I want, oh yeah, why not? Let's throw this in.
You smell nice. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, let me feel it.
No, we're still live. We're still live. But that was MJF saying I smell good. It's under an hour. We got 54 minutes. Wrestling with Savage. Thanks you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share my shit. Appreciate everybody in the chat, from Steven Chambers to Toto Tom. And we have Permito over here, man. What's going on? Long time no see in the Twitch chat. We appreciate all of you and everybody else that's going to watch this video later on. We love you. Make sure you subscribe, share. Steven Chambers, you're the man. Everybody have a good night. You have been watching Wrestling with Savage. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any more to talk about. Is there? There might be. I might have another slide for you guys. Hold on. Oh yeah, we have more pictures from 90s Con. I guess we got a couple of minutes right here. Some pictures from 90s Con. Oh, wait, what's this? On a recent edition of One of a Kind podcast, Rob Van Dam recalled teaming with Hook in a winning effort against Matt Menard and Angela Parker on AEW Collision. According to RVD, the tag team match was a full circle moment for him as he teamed with Taz in the same arena 22 years ago. John Cena thinks The Rock is very generous, and yes, he is. He's a good friend. He's taking care of John Cena. He helped put him over. Adam Copeland says, I'm starting from scratch, but with a lot more experience, I have more of an opportunity to help the entire wrestling business in AEW. Tony Schiavone had no idea that Edge was even going to be there at WrestleDream. That's pretty cool. Jeff Jarrett says Sting was a must-have in Dixie Carter's TNA, and I agree with him. Sting and Jeff Jarrett, all those guys, that was the good years of TNA. The WWE NXT World Champion prefers traditional wrestling instead of relying on gimmicks, and that's why he's so damn good. Jim Ross reflects on watching Raw when Jerry Lawler had an on-air heart attack, and I saw that live. That was scary as well. He remembered vividly as his wife was next to him, his late wife. She was trying to figure out if it was a TV angle. He didn't think so. He knew it was real. And that's got to be scary to watch one of your closest friends having a heart attack on live TV. It's like one of your boys, one of your brothers. Mick Foley says Becky Lynch has always wanted him to be a manager. I actually questioned him at my store when I hired him for an autograph signing. I thought he would be a great manager too. He never went that route. Mick Foley also said, I think it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek. Kevin sees a good thing when he's got it. And the fact that LA Knight's responding to him, whether directly or indirectly, it's kind of fun. Are we going to see a Kevin Nash versus LA Knight match at WrestleMania? Kevin Nash has been working out like crazy. I've seen the pictures. I saw him at 90s Con. He looked huge. Booker T thinks WWE is going to do a huge things with Jade, and I 100% agree. Smart, Booker T. Shucky Ducky. And this week's episode of NXT drew 876,000 viewers on the USA Network, which is up from a week ago that did 636,000. And guess what? After these major announcements, Cody Rhodes is going to be there. We're going to have John Cena there. And now I think Tom said that Paul Heyman's going to be in the corner of Braun Breaker. If that's true, this is going to be huge for ratings. NXT is definitely going to crack 1 million. Shane Douglas also goes on to praise Dolph Ziggler, says the WWE run was hurt with inconsistent booking. Kenny Omega beats Demetrius Johnson in the Street Fighter 6 charity showdown. I could have told you that. And Josh Alexander thinks CM Punk is, he's welcome in Impact. Yeah, I'm sure CM Punk's running to Impact right now. But you know what I'm doing? I'm running the hell out of here. That's your breaking news. I'll see you guys next week. Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, let me feel it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.